Are quilt stores dying or are they thriving? In this video, I'm going to talk about why you see either stores disappearing or popping up and having great success, what you can do to support your local shops in your area, and how to support the quilting industry. My name is Brody. Let's get into it. So what do we see? We see quilt stores going out of business, fabric shelves that are empty, quilters not having the same experience they used to have in their local quilt shops, okay? We also see on the other side, quilt stores that are opening, shelves are full, events are going on, and people are stoked to be there. We're gonna talk about the difference between each of those stores, and again, how you can help your local quilt shop. Now let's get the first one out of the way that I always hear from people when shops are closing. Quilt store owners are not getting any younger, okay? This is an art and an industry that majority of the people that are in it are 65 plus, okay? I hear from lots of times we have shop owners call us and they say, I'm old, I'm tired, and I wanna be out of this industry. I have a funny story to tell you. We had a wonderful team member that worked with us for a long time. I was standing right here and she walked up to me and she said, Brody, I quit. My feet hurt, my back hurt, and I'm done. And we started laughing and she said, this is my official 2-week notice. She was older, she was ready to be retired, and her body just couldn't handle the on your feet all day, standing here checking out customers, okay? That's the very first thing that happens that we've seen, is that quilt store owners are tired and ready to retire, okay? The challenge of selling a quilt store is that, one, most quilt stores are not set up to show their profit and loss, to show their inventory, and to show what the business has been doing. That is one of the biggest issues that quilt stores have, is that there isn't a very good track record or keeping track of those things. That makes it hard for someone that's new, like me, that comes in and says, hey, we'd love to buy your quilt store, and then they can't show how much inventory they have, how much money they've made, and if their store is even successful, okay? So number one thing that is putting quilt stores out of business is just the never-ending hand on the clock. As I'm walking along here, every foot that I am walking is about $2,000 retail worth of fabric, okay? So $2,000, $4,000, $10,000 worth of product that is sitting here on the shelves, okay? That makes it difficult for quilt store owners because, let's just face it, we have to have something for everyone. You wanna have your basics, you wanna have your new stuff that just came in, you wanna have your modern, your Civil War, your novelty, all for you guys that are walking into each quilt store. So the rising cost of goods is also something that drives businesses out of business. You also have the things that nobody talks about, like light bulbs and rent and water and gas and everything else that you have. We just changed the light bulbs out in our store here, and every one of these little light bulbs up here is $7. So next time you're in our store, walk around and just start counting 7, 14, 21, and see the rising cost that is inevitable as you have a brick and mortar store. But if I had to tell you the number one reason why I think quilt stores are going out of business, is because most people don't want to change. They don't want to change what they've been doing. They don't want to innovate. They just plain want to keep doing the same thing, the same old school thing that they used to. Now, I'm all about the old school ways, but there are things in the industry that have changed and that have been different, that are different than they used to be. There's a lot more 3D projects going on. There are a lot more innovative things like your own pre-cuts, okay? Things that are different, that set you out and set you apart from a different quilt store or all the other quilt stores that are out there. Most quilt shop owners don't want to change. But enough of all that, let's talk about what is working and how you can participate in helping your local quilt store be there for the next generation, okay? The biggest thing and the biggest reason we have quilt stores is because it brings together the community and helps everyone enjoy this beautiful art while doing it with your friends, okay? The biggest thing that I've seen for quilt stores that are successful is they have created a sense of community and helped everyone be a part of it, okay? There are retreats, there are classes, there are club days. There are different things that help you partake in not only seeing and buying new fabrics, but also being a part of the community, being a part of service projects, and having the camaraderie with the people that are around you in your local community. As we always say, if you're local, stop by one of our stores, come in and see what it's all about. If you're not, join us here on this online community like you already are. Join our clubs, join our subscriptions, and be a part of the community right here online from the comfort of your own home. Let's talk about how you can help your local quilt store. The first one is everybody has a different taste. Quilt shop owners alike with their customers, okay? There's modern quilters. There are batik-only quilters. There are Civil War quilters. There are newbies, there are advanced, there are patriotic quilters, Quilts of Valor quilters. Everybody has a different style of what they like. Now, no store can carry everything that everyone likes, okay? Every store is gonna be a little different. Some are gonna have more brands than others. Some are gonna be really heavy on certain brands. It's important that you support what it is that they carry. Now, I'm not saying that you like everything they carry, but you'll be amazed at how often in our store here that's 22,000 square feet with tens of thousands of products, how often somebody comes and says, you know what, you don't have whatever. You know, I'm really sorry we haven't brought in enough products, right? There has to be something in the store that you like. Even if you're making a simple charity quilt, a donation quilt, I'm sure you can find 3 1-yard cuts of fabric to make a quilt out of, okay? Do what you can to support your local shop, the shop that you're standing in, because even though you might not love Riley Blake, but you love batiks or whatever it is, I'm sure there's something you can find that you like. Give them a chance to show you what they have in their store, and don't be afraid to walk through the whole store with a new, open, fresh idea of what you can make, okay? The quilt store owner brought that product in for a reason. Try to see their vision of what it is they envisioned when they brought it in, so you can make something new and fresh. The next thing that I've seen that makes quilt stores successful, and also something you can do to help support, is they come up with something that is their niche. Something new, something innovative that nobody else has, okay? Here at Soya, we created waterproof canvas, custom printed here in the United States. Their own little templates and patterns so you can make waterproof canvas bags at home. Now, I know it might not be your thing. I know you might be like, you know what, I'm not a bag maker. See the vision of what the quilt store is envisioning and try something new, okay? This is something that we have on our website. We have tub totes. These are soon to be on the website. It's something that's different that nobody else has that you can support by saying, hey, this is kind of their niche, there's something they're working on. Let's try it, let's see if I make one. I've had so many people that have made these, that have never made a 3D project before, that have said, oh my gosh, I'm addicted to making these, I love them, and end up having something they can give to their friends, grandkids, etc., that, you know, change their abilities, change what they do as a quilter. So, support the niches, support something that might be a little different than what you normally do, but hey, give it a try, you never know, you might like it. So everyone, what I want you to take from this video is be intentional about your support for your favorite quilt store. Take a minute to see their vision on what it is they've envisioned for their shop. Participate, join your local guild, join your local club, join your local sewing circle. Walk into the quilt store with a smile on your face and say, hey, we're here to support you. We want you to stay. Take a second to walk around and find something that you like. Talk to one of the staff here at the shop and say, hey, what's something you're working on? What's something that's new? And see what they have to offer to you. You know what? Communication is not everybody's best skill. Advertising is not everybody's best skill. Product placement isn't everybody's best skill. But they do have a vision behind their store and they want you to love it and they want you to support it. So support your local shops, support your online shops, support your favorite shops, support the quilting industry. We hope you guys like this video. My name's, let me start there. We hope you like this video. My name's Brody, teaching you how to sew like a pro and shop like a pro and support like a pro. We'll see you next time. Bye everyone.